So I'm talking to you about follow-up. Don't cringe, okay? Okay. So first, tell me who here has been to a party, either Facebook or in-home, or any other direct sales company? Everybody, right? Okay, and who has purchased something from that party? Right. Now tell me who has gotten the product that they purchased and it didn't work for you. You were disappointed in it one way or the other. Almost all of you, right? Okay, so here's a little scenario. If this has been you, then you can totally identify with me. If it has not been you, then just put yourself in that position. So, you get invited to a makeup party. Right, John? You get invited to a makeup party. Okay, I'm sure. And it can be either on Facebook, it can be in-home, and your friend's like, oh, there's this amazing mascara you have to try. It's just like the best mascara ever, and I love it, and come to my party and buy some mascara. And you're like, okay, sure, yeah, I've heard of this mascara, and you know, yeah, I think I'd like to try it. I haven't tried it yet, but so many people are talking about it on Facebook. Sure, I'll come to your party. So you go to the party, you buy the mascara, it's super expensive, but it's supposed to be amazing, and you really want to try it anyway. See, I told you I use the word amazing a lot. And then the consultant is super awesome. She, you know, runs a great party, you play games, it's fun, she gives a great presentation, and she talks you into buying this foundation. You're like, yeah, I can do a foundation. Oh, I need the lipstick too. Yep, I need the lipstick too. So it's a great party, and as somebody in direct sales, you're like, I love the way that she ran this party. So then, a few weeks goes by, the party closes, and you finally get your order, and so you're so excited because you remember how amazing this mascara is. You've been watching tons of YouTube videos, right, for application, and then you try it the next day, and you're like blind all day because you've got like things falling in your eyes, like all day, just pieces of things falling in your eyes, and you're like, oh, okay, this mascara was super expensive, I have to try this again. So the next day, same thing, super excited, you rewatch those videos, you try this mascara, same thing, you're like going through the day like I can't see, and this goes on for several days, right? Or you're like, people are like, hey, you have stuff right here, you know, can you wipe that away? Okay, so this happened several days, and so by now it's been like 3 weeks since the party. You've never heard from the consultant, so you're like, okay, I don't know what to do because this mascara, I mean, the foundation, it could go either way depending the season you're at. You know, maybe you could wear it in the summer or the winter. You love the lipstick, okay. But this mascara, it was super expensive, and now the party's been closed. Can I return it for my money back? Is that going to interfere with my friend's hostess rewards? Like, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just keep it. So tell me, how do you feel about that product? Do you think you're gonna buy that again if you can't get your application right? Probably not. How do you feel about that company? I mean, the lipstick is great, the foundation, it could go either way. But this mascara, are you kind of like, well, yeah, I really wanna see what else this company has? Maybe, maybe not. And how are you feeling about that consultant? Are you kind of irritated that she never checked in with you? Probably. And maybe your friend, you're like, hey, thanks for that, right? So, we don't want to be like that consultant with Gia Berry. We want to make follow-up our middle name. Now, who here was it at the Vegas region? Was anybody? Who wasn't? Who was?
I was.
You were there? Awesome. Okay. So, these are some statistics that I took from the Vegas Regional. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. And only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Now that last one, only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. We're going to come back to that, so I will remind you of that later. 2% of sales are made on the first contact, 3% are made on the second contact, 5% are made on the third contact, and 10% are made on the fourth contact. So what about the other percentage? I'm going to share that with you later. Now, who has heard of the 2 + 2 + 2? Okay, this is how we want to know, how do we keep our customers and how do we keep them happy, right? So, the 2 + 2 + 2 is a follow-up formula. 2 days, the first 2 stands for 2 days. you want to contact people within the first 2 days of making contact with them. Why? Because their excitement is high. If you've met them at a party, if they've purchased from you, if you've met them at an event, they still have their samples on, they remember you, they're so excited because these haven't, they didn't fall off in the bathtub, they haven't chipped yet, it's been 2 days. Their excitement is high for this product and for what's on their nails. So that is within 2 days.
That was nice.
Now, if, excuse me, if you did not make a sale, but you sent out a sample, what do you want to do in 2 days? Say it could be maybe 3 days. I want to make sure that that person got their sample and that they tried it, right? And if they didn't, what are you going to do? Okay, bye. No, you're going to say, okay, I will follow up with you next week. Give them a few days. You want to make sure you follow up with them. What I also like to do, right away, if I've had somebody buy in a party or if they have purchased off of my website, right away I like to write them a handwritten thank you note. If I know that it's somebody who has not purchased jams before, maybe they've tried one sample, I like to also send them a little accent sheet. Why? Do we all not love to receive mail that's not a bill, right?
Yeah.
The art of a handwritten note goes such a long way. And honestly, the little accent sheet I got for free with my marketing materials credit. All I had to pay was shipping, and it cost me a stamp. But that goes such a long way. They will remember you, and they will be so appreciative that you took the time to write them a handwritten note. Now the next 2 is 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? We need to make sure that they actually receive their order, right? If you've done a party and you've put in a bulk order and you've sorted out all the orders and you've given it to the hostess to disseminate, well, you want to make sure she actually did that, right? You want to make sure she actually gave the orders to her guests. If somebody ordered from your website, you want to make sure that they actually received their order. The other reason is, how many times are we like, oh, we really like that wrap, and we get it, and then we're like, oh, this looks so much different than in the catalog.
Right.
Usually it's because, oh, it's so much more beautiful than in the catalog. But sometimes we're like, this isn't what exactly I expected. So we have to make sure that they're satisfied with their purchases, with what they've received, right? And a lot of times, I am actually pleased. It's encouraging to me when somebody is like, oh, I follow up with them and they're like, I just love this product, I love this, okay. That's the time when we can go, oh, you do? Let me throw a party for you. You don't do that at 2 days, okay? Or, hey, I know you bought it, buy 3, get 1 free. You know you're really gonna need a mini here. Don't do that at the 2 days, right? At the 2 weeks, when they've received their order, when they loved it, hey, can I throw a party for you? So that's when we want to do that. And it's not always about, being disappointed. It's, like I said, if somebody is like, this just happened to me last week. Somebody was like, oh, I'm still loving them. And that was encouraging to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's encouraging for my business and the company and the product and what I'm doing. That is affirmation for me. And doesn't everybody want that? Okay. 2 months. Why do we contact people at 2 months? Because it's time to reorder.
Right.
Especially if somebody has purchased a buy 3, get 1 free. 2 months in, they're probably tired of all the combinations they can come up with for designs, right? So it's time for them to reorder. I also like to do 1 month later. You all know you have people who are jam addicts and you have people who are your regular customers. What comes new every month? We have a new Sister Style exclusive every month. Next week, hello ladies, we're throwing it back. Every week we're gonna have a new design. So for my regular customers, and when we have more Disney collection by Jamberry Wraps coming out, we don't need to wait 2 months. We can do it every month, okay? All right. So, parties. Obviously, the most obvious place to follow up is when you have a party. Now, how many times do you go to a party and somebody says, oh, I have a regular consultant. Okay, but you know what? If she was there and she purchased from me because her friend was there, it's still my duty to follow up with her. It doesn't matter that she has a regular consultant. And let me tell you why. Say Johnny did a party first, and one of my regulars went to Johnny's party. And Johnny's doing his follow-up like he's supposed to. And he says, hey, Susie, I'm just following up with you to make sure you're still loving your jams. Oh, did you see that these new Jamberry wraps, or these new Disney collection by Jamberry wraps came out? No, I didn't see that. Yes, and I'm doing, if you buy 3, then I give you any regular sheet for free. You are? Okay, so one of 2 things is gonna happen. Either that customer is gonna say, well, Sarah didn't contact me and tell me about this new stuff. So I'm probably gonna order from Johnny because he's gonna give me a free sheet too. And that's a better deal. That can happen. Or Susie can go, oh, thanks for the information, Johnny. Hey, Sarah, this new rap, these new raps came out, didn't tell me, but this other consultant was offering me a free sheet. Can you match that? Of course, right? But, so it could go either way, right? Unless that person tells you, please do not contact me again, you follow up with them.
Right.
We know, how many people do we know that just stop selling, that just quit, who go hobbyist at the drop of a dime and deactivate their website, and then suddenly their regular customers are trying to go buy from them and they can't? Okay? Well, shucks. I have Johnny's information on my card right here. I guess I'm gonna start buying from him because he followed up with me. He's trying to take care of me. It's about customer service, for sure, right? Vendor events. How many people do vendor events?
I would like
Okay.
to.
If you are a vendor at a vendor event and you offer some kind of a raffle prize, so you can get those contact sheets, whether that's an application kit, a free sheet, whatever it is, you contact that person who won within 2 days. 2 days. Why 2 days? Because they may have tried a sample, they have a sample, now they have an application kit or a whole sheet to apply, and they're still excited, right? I have a story, I have lots of stories, but this story is so applicable to this. I have a friend that's in another direct sales company. She went to a vendor event, and she, entered everybody's raffles, whatever. 2 months later, this person, I don't even know the company, called her and said, oh hey, remember this event? You won the raffle. And she was like, she spent all of her life in direct sales. She said, I don't want that. You contacted me 2 months later? No thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. Another story I have is I was a vendor at an event last Saturday, and when it was really slow, I walked around and met people and entered in some raffles. It's been a week. Have any of those people contacted me? Nope. I don't even remember what I entered or who they were. I have no idea. If they had contacted me maybe 2 or 3 days later, I might have been like, oh, awesome. But I have no idea who those people were now. So it's important, if you're gonna do a vendor event, you contact the people. And why do we do vendor events? It's not to sell, it's to get those contacts, right? If somebody is filling out a contact form for you, they know that they're giving you their information, you're going to contact them, right? Unless you drop the follow-up. But they're giving you permission to contact them.
Right.
So, sample requests. Follow-up is not only reserved for people who buy from you. Who's been doing that, the buy-sell trade, offering free samples, right? Okay, it's where you do an ad on, this is popular this last month or so, you do an ad on the buy-sell trade sites for free samples. Okay, what is that doing for you? That's taking your sample, if you do a like, love it brochure, your stamp, your time. Who has unlimited amounts of time?
Right.
Why send out 25 samples if you never follow up with people, right? No, if I send you a sample, I am going to nag you until I know that you've tried it, and you either tell me just leave you alone, you block me, whatever. Because I need all the coffee money I can get. I'm not wasting my stamps, right, to send out samples, and my time, I don't have a lot of time, okay? So I'm gonna follow up with people. If I send you a sample, you give me your contact information, I'm following up with you. I had to learn that the hard way. This is not something that I started doing right away. Following up is not an easy thing to do, especially if somebody puts that their preferred communication is on the phone. Like, we're so nervous to pick up the phone and look at it, talk to people. It's scary, but this is our business, right?
Sure, I'm just curious, with the room here, who takes more than 2 days usually to contact your people from vendor events? Let's be honest here. Okay, well, so
That
let's-
was my worst.
Okay,
Davis.
we've got, I'm just really emphasize what she's saying. We've got to do this. The fact that they were willing enough to give their information, we're at the day when no one wants to give their information, either for identity theft or spamming. They were willing to give it to us. My goodness, we've got to contact them. Like, that is just
Right.
a potential gold right there. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. So I don't know what's holding us back, but I taught about this at Las Vegas Regional. Come up with a binder, use there's an online thing called Trello, some organization, something to make it happen. Because I just think we spent all that time, energy, money, walking around, sitting in front. of the vendor event. Goodness, that took effort. I mean, that really took effort. Let's make sure we cash in on it, because we just did so much already. Let's just finish it off. Okay,
Well, Johnny, since you talked about it,
thanks, yeah.
this is what I have implemented. It's called my follow-up folder. I did not always do this. I started recently doing this. I probably had this for like 6 months before I actually started doing it. So this is what I call my follow-up folder. What's inside is I have some tabs, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I do a 1 week. Why do I do a 1 week? And I actually put that I write Fridays on there 1 week, because follow-up Friday, right? So you just follow up every Friday. You take 15 minutes, maybe do your whole power hour, and you follow up Fridays. Why do I do 1 week? Well, because if I sent out a sample to somebody and they say, no, I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Okay, I'll check back in with you next week. So that goes into my 1 week. Then I have a 1 month. Why do I do a 1 month? The same reason, because there might be people, hey, Susie, I'm, texting, calling, probably texting, or emailing, or sending a Facebook message. Hey, did you see this month's Sister Style exclusive Wanderlust? I know you love to travel, and this is like, I think you would just love this wrap. If I'm putting a bulk order, if you'd like a couple of sheets, let me know. I can give you free shipping. Okay, that's my 1 month. And you think to yourself, well, I have regular customers that would buy from me every month. I don't need to put them in here. I have forgotten my regular customers just because you're pulling from all over the place. So put them in the 1 month. Then my last one is beyond 2 months. So maybe I sent out a sample, or maybe I, contacted somebody and actually this just happened to me. Somebody said, oh, I'm having surgery. Can you get with me in June or July? Okay, well that's beyond 2 months. So I do that. So what I put in here is I either put those contact slips or I put in the order forms. And then what I do, every single time I contact them, I make a note, either on the front or the back. This lady is a 2-dayer. I only have contacted her for once because I just met her. And so I write notes. And then I'll write on there too, whatever it is that she's like, either I left a message, or I say, I have to send her a catalog, or whatever it is. She needs help with application, that I need, I make notes on everything. And then I move them to the next spot. So this is my follow-up folder. Very easy to do. You need a system in place, because if you've got papers here, order forms in here from your last event, your parties over here, there's no way to keep everything regular. And then in the very, very back, I put people who, I still keep their information, but I put, maybe they just fell off the face of the earth, and or they told me they have a regular consultant, or whatever it may be. That doesn't mean I'm not going to ever come back to them. Nope, I've got their information. I may come back to them one day. And I like to just go through the stack and review, and it'll remind me. And don't forget, if you do a vendor event and you have those information, the contact sheets, as soon as that person walks away, assuming you're not super, super busy, write a note about them on there. I always do that because I like to remember, hey, it's a great, I don't have to be like, hey, this is Sarah from January, do you want to buy some wraps for me? No, hey, you said you were going to go to this, your daughter's college graduation. How'd that go? Be personable, okay? Don't leave money on the table, in the trash, or down the drain. And this last one, I found the sign when Jill and I were at Exec Retreat in January, and it's like my life's motto this year is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Okay, pick up the phone, follow up. So remember I said that the only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts? Remember I said that? So what are those other 90% doing? 80% of sales are made on the 12th to 5th. 5th to 12th, 5th to 12th contact. So that means if those 90% of people, if you would have just contacted that person maybe 2 more times, they might have been in contact for life. What could that have done for your business and for you, right? Bam, the fortune is in the follow-up, right? Okay, does anybody have any questions?
I am one of those who do not follow up very well with my vendor events. So is it one of those, do I just say, we're done? Or, like I did one in November and life got busy and sad, and I think January I finally sat down with them and I grabbed a box of cards and it said, thank you, I'm sorry, threw in a sample and mailed those out. Is that something I should have done? Should I have just
Okay.
not done anything?
So why are you doing vendor events then? Just because you have unlimited time and money. I mean,
I wish.
vendor events is to get contacts, right?
Yes.
We do not do vendor events to sell, because you don't sell very much at a vendor event, right? We do it because those contacts lead to parties. I have gotten recruits from vendor events. I've gone to vendor events and I've not sold one thing, but I got some recruits. I've gotten some parties. That right there is more important than me getting my PRV, me selling a sheet to somebody or selling a buy three, get one free. So if you maybe go into your vendor event telling yourself, you know what, no matter what, I'm gonna follow up with every single person on this.
But I think what you did is perfect, because
Yes.
you said, hey, life happened, here's this, I would still go back and contact them. Again,
Absolutely.
just, how's the application, hey, we have, and just easy and light, and
Does anybody use Fitbit or any other kind of mail? So you can also, I mean, there's nothing like a good old, you pick up the phone or you text them, whatever, and respect their preferred method of communication. It's not on there for no reason. You know, if somebody puts their phone number but puts that they'd rather be contacted by email, contact them by email. I have accidentally done it the other way. I've not had anybody like yell at me, but I do Fitbit, and I can talk to you guys about that later. They're quality emails that go out, and they offer their own little giveaways sometimes, and so that's another thing that can back you up. But really, if you're going to do a vendor event, you want to make sure you follow up with every single person. And I tell them that too. If somebody gives me their slip, I say, okay, great, thanks. I'll be following up with you. I tell them that so it's not a surprise that they're not. And then I want to be true to my word. Yes, I'm going to follow up with you. I for sure am.
So I do a lot of vendor events too, but my thing is, I don't like to do the giveaways because then I get a whole bunch of not quality
Yeah.
contacts. And so I've kind of stopped doing giveaways because I want quality.
Mhm.
So what are your thoughts? I've gone back and forth. What are your thoughts on
Okay,
that?
so have any of you guys seen that Plinko board that was like going around? Have you seen that, Johnny, the Plinko board?
Heard of it.
Jamboree? Okay, so I had my husband make me one of those, right? My husband's really good with wood, and I'm like, can you make me one? It was beautiful purple goodness. And so I used it at 2 events, and then I said, okay, I'm done, because yes, it was getting people to come to my table, but I was giving, and it's just dollar store stuff I'm giving away, or I'm giving away a sample pack, which is just a sample, you know, nail file, orange stick. But okay, I got burnt out on that. So then what I started doing is I have a wheel, just a little a tabletop wheel. And I put for my wheel, you get a free spin if you either book a party with me or you make a purchase. And that, but I still have my raffle. I can get an application kit and Hostess Rewards for what, like $5.75 or something? What is it, $6.25 maybe? That doesn't really cost me anything, but the application kits are beautiful. They're gorgeous. And actually what I did last week for my vendor event is I was giving away an application kit, and because it was a smaller event, I did the giveaway before I did the drawing before I left. And it was actually the vendor next to me that won it, and it was so ironic because she had her daughter wears Jamboree and she loves it, and she was eyeballing the Disney wraps, and she had come over during the event and said, "Oh, those look like really nice nail clippers because I just bought the ones that like check out and they like rip my nails apart." So then I was so excited when she won. So what did I do? 2 or 3 days later, right? I mean, if the event's on Saturday, you're like, okay, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. Do not do it past Tuesday. Hey, I'm so excited that you won the application kit. I know you love the nail clippers. Oh, and by the way, I know your daughter was really excited about these Disney wraps. You know, I have these in my inventory. Are there any that I can save for you? So I would still do it because I wouldn't go like the opposite end of like getting Plinko and giving something away to everybody that just comes by. Although that does get people to your table, it's kind of, you have to gauge your audience, I think. But something like the wheel, or if you do like a game, you know, with purchase or whatever. But I mean, a sheet of wraps, if we are our own host, we get free sheets of wraps anyway. Or you know what? I got a gazillion seconds that I bought at regionals that barely have any flaws. I can give those away as gifts too. So it doesn't really cost you much, but if that's going to get people to your table, then I would suggest it. It's a business expense too. Yeah.
Can I ask you about some of the follow-up with party guests that have purchased, as far as like trying to book more parties off of parties? Because I have not been very successful.
So when when you're checking people out, are you asking each person, hey, would you like
Well,
to
it's a
host?
lot of Facebook parties is the
Okay.
problem. I'd like to do more in-person parties, but a lot of it's been Facebook. And so you'll get like the core people that have been really active and they make a lot of, they'll purchase and stuff. And I keep trying to kind of talk up how I will give them an incentive from me plus their hostess.
Yeah.
And I make sure the hostess knows that she will get this half off for every person. And I say, you guys can split a sheet of wraps or I'll offer them a free one. Kind of depends on how generous I'm feeling. But
You know what, I
the
think,
follow-up part, how do you approach that part of it in that follow-up? Saying
well,
how do you like your wraps and,
yes, for sure.
can I do
At the
part
2
for
week
you?
mark, right?
Okay,
Because especially if they're like, oh, if somebody's like, oh, I love this, man, this is an amazing product.
Mhm.
That is your in. Let me host a party for you. Not,
Yeah.
will you have a party?
yeah,
No. Hey, let me host,
Yeah.
a Facebook party for you. Can I host your own? And you can, hey,
Yeah.
look what your friend received in hostess rewards.
yeah, and I asked her, will she post everything for me, and she said, yeah, I mean, she put her gel kit on the minute she got it, and she was a really good hostess in that way, so.
Yep.
They're not all quite like that, but anyway.
Right, it's definitely a hostess. I had a thought and then I lost it.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Maybe I'll unpack that
Okay.
thought later. In Jill's presentation, I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
I remembered my thoughts.
Can I say something
Yeah.
about it? I've been doing a lot of trainings because I'm not a salesperson and Jamberry is the first direct sales company I've ever been in. So I never thought I would be. And one thing about the parties and one of the trainings I've been doing says always ask an open-ended question. Don't just say, hey, will you host a party? So then they're gonna say yes or no, and you don't really have anywhere to go with the conversation because they're like, okay, well if they say no, you're like, you can't just be like, but you would get all this awesome stuff because
Right.
they're already like, no, don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm done with it. So I always be like, hey, what did you not buy that you want, or
Yeah.
to where you can
Yeah.
go somewhere with that, like,
Right.
hey, you could have your party and you could win all of this stuff from.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind
Okay,
too.
does everybody have access to, or have you seen the bundle sheets?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so on the bundle sheet, there's a spot for your wish list. So it's the same exact thing. Maybe in your Facebook parties, I would post a graphic and say, post your wish list on here.
Okay.
And I'll randomly draw, a winner for a penny pack, whatever it may be. So everybody's posting everything they want. Then you can say, hey, I like to use the word Susie. Hey, Susie, I see you want like 12 wraps, plus the deluxe application kit, plus the True Shine. I can host a party for you, and I can help you earn all of that. Because when you are
Yeah.
in home and you see that like they've got all these things scratched out on their wish list, and you're like, okay, I see that your wish list is bigger than your budget. Let me help you earn all of these things.
You can have it all.
Thank you. That was a good memory.
Well, and another way you can ask
Something
with
like
parties
that.
is, can I host a party for you? Would you rather have it start on like a Monday or a Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
A specific
Monday
date.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? So everybody's gonna go follow up. Everybody's inspired, right?
Who's making a photo?
I'm inspired, for sure. Yeah,
I'm all over that. I'm picking up a file folder.
totally.
And honestly, this has been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
This thing right
Yeah.
here. Because I'm like, and the motto that life begins at the end of my comfort zone, because this is probably the one thing that is the most uncomfortable thing for me, is actually, because I think it's the fear of rejection, right? They're not rejecting me though,
Right.
so I have to do some self-talk,
Mhm.
but I'm like, I've got all this information, I am making a note, and then when I find one that was like maybe 2.5 months ago, I'm like, shame on me. Okay, no, I'm not doing that anymore. There's no excuse. I have no excuse. Okay.
Should we do a restroom break? Water
Yes.
break while we